you see the signs on the road? Pardon me. Just going on a ride to check out some downtown bike routes. Inspired by a fellow on Facebook, Dorian, who was checking it out earlier, so I thought I would go out and try to do a little video action of some of the lanes, some new ones, some old ones, to see how they're doing, how they're cleared, how they're not, and we'll see what happens. About 2 years that this section has been a gap in the Bloor Street bike lane infrastructure. Various delays, bridge rehab, homemade gas-powered cycle. Got this advanced walk signal here. It's been put in a lot of intersections in the city. Cyclists kind of some use it as an advanced ride across signal. Okay, so we're coming up on Hoskin, and here they've got some road markings to kind of tell you what to do. Well, I can see this little bike marking. This is where you're supposed to stop your bike in order to activate the signal. Head north for a bit on Roxton. Here there's another Contraflow lane. Don't know why they've gone with the white paint here as opposed to the yellow paint. And recently they put in some protection, not a lot, but little bits, have some curbs, which helps. But unless it's sort of consistent, it's a little confusing. And cars will also take advantage of any opening. Northbound on Montrose, another Contraflow lane. Alright, so we have our first little lane blocker of the day. So I'm just doing this for fun. I don't have any real destination, so you know, it's a different story if I was trying to get somewhere quickly, get to a job, get to a gig, whatever. And the more lanes there are, the more you can sort of combine those two things, so efficient and safe. As it is now, it's not amazing. It's getting there, always improving. Like he's got a little motorized, what is that, a fan on his back? Unidirectional lane. You can see most of this is just unprotected bike lane. Sure whether they technically call it a cycle track or not when it kind of comes and goes like this. This is where things get a little iffy in terms of the definitions of these things. See, a cycle track has to have physical separation, so it does here. Cute little trailer setup there. All right, so Brunswick, one way north would be a Contraflow lane southbound. This stretch of Brunswick just above College here, nicely repaved, really smooth. Nice view of the row house Victorians all along this part of the annex. So go up to the lights, or you can just try this. Little jack signal across those tracks. Bob's your uncle. Alright, so Bellevue just runs south here down through the Kensington Market area. This is Bellevue Square. I'm just going to shoot up here and see who's this. Who is this? I don't even know. Thought it was Doug Ford for a minute. Oh, Al Waxman, King of Kensington. There he is in his glory. Pretty smooth little dog leg here to continue south. Mystery Street. A lot of Wolesley Street, okay. So many streets that don't have signs. Okay, here we go. So use this to Okay, now this says left for bikes. It's all of one block here. This is just to get you connected up with Brant Street here. So that was one little surprise on Richmond, although I did know it existed. I just hadn't thought about it. Adelaide and Richmond were a fairly big deal when they put in these protected lanes. There weren't many protected cycle tracks in the city when they put these in about 6-7 years ago. Say like 2014, 2015. Best road conditions. So north of Queen, Peter Street, just a little Sharrow Street. Thin paint line, no protection. Kind of a wider street, but windswept right now. It sits between OCAD, the art school, and the Art Gallery of Ontario. Big blue thing you can see over there. Nice wheel. Even though it's kind of a limited in terms of quality, this lane, it's consistent and it's one of the longer north-south stretches in the city, for downtown anyway. So here we have a blocker in the lane. Cop just pulled someone over, probably for speeding. Not going to bother with this person. East on Hoskin. Hoskin. Continuation of Harvard on the east side of Spadina. Protected bike lane. You can see the U of T over here. Hart House. Bike path that will connect to University. It's going to cut over and get onto Wellesley here, the multi-use bidirectional path on the left-hand side. What happens there is you come up to this intersection and you got to cross over. It's very awkward. You just come over to this side, you can just head straight. Well, you could if the lane wasn't blocked. Excuse me. New park design going on over here. Don't quite know what's happening there. It's like art installations, but I think it's a park. Alright, so Young Street here, Wellesley continues, but no more protected lanes. So there are some up ahead, but not for a bit. Just another little blocker. Don't have the energy to chase them down and fight with them on the street. Usually doesn't end well. I think if they're sitting in the car, I might just remind them, but they're off doing a pickup or a delivery, what am I going to do? A little bit of protection here, some grimy looking bollards. Don't actually do anything, but it is, I guess, technically physical. So I'm gonna head south down Sherburne Street now. It's another one of the older cycle tracks in the city. Kind of did things a little differently here. They have these kind of rounded barrier curbs to the left, which I think are okay. The cars can get over them if they want to. So they got these bus stop bump outs, sort of like on Roncesvalles. But unlike Roncesvalles, there's actually a bike lane here that continues. Allen Gardens here on the right. That's a little tent encampment there. Some unhoused people living there. Here we are on Gerrard, heading back in the west direction. Gerrard also has some protected lanes. I think there have been some improvements here. Hey, did you see the signs on the road? Okay. You know you're blocking the bike lane, right? Okay, please try not to, okay? Just try not to block the bike lane if you can possibly do it. Hang right here on Bay. And up this little stretch of unprotected bike lane. Construction pylons here. Seems like they've made some efforts to keep the lane open. They want me to go, okay, to the left of these pylons. They built that turn box for northbound people who were trying to turn left on College, but there isn't anything equivalent if you're on College and you're trying to get left on universities. Okay. Some of the stuff they put in was kind of slapdash, done pretty quick, but I'm glad to have it anyway. See somewhat of a protected intersection here. They tried. Bit of a mess, but something that the city is trying to do more and more when it puts in new infrastructure. All over the road, like you can see up here. So it's a pretty flawed method. Yeah, it says there's a detour, but there's no real detour. So I'm going to try to just link it up by heading one block further south. Closed, 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 closed. This strip of Wellington right here could easily have a bike lane, bidirectional. Either side, maybe the north side. Okay, so we came off of Front Street, back onto Simcoe, lower Simcoe here. Just under the tracks. One of the few bike lanes that gets you down under the Gardiner Expressway. See coming up here. So this is basically like an off-ramp from the Gardiner and turns into Harbour Street here. And there is a sidewalk level multi-use path bidirectional. Probably one of the better kept secrets in Toronto, this path. And most people go down to Queen's Quay, which is super busy, and don't know about it because it's kind of hidden under the Gardiner. But it is a good route. sidewalk as you'll ever find in Toronto. It's just under the Gardiner past the Union bus station terminal. We got through that mess to join up with the Esplanade. And this has some new bike infrastructure on it. It just doesn't start here. St. Lawrence Market down here. Okay, so the Esplanade bidirectional lanes actually start at Lower Sherbourne Street. There's kind of a lack of east-west connection to this point. It's the rubber boots guy. I hate him, but I wear them. Okay, so this is the end of the new lanes. Eventually going to continue through that park to the right over towards the distillery. It's not ready yet, so I'm going to loop back. I guess I'm supposed to do a little right turn arrow there. I don't know if that's meant to be for this right turn. Alright, so back on Sherbourne now, going north. Probably the narrowest part of the Sherbourne lane. Maybe a meter. Excuse me, birds. Pardon me. Take this little route through the park. Moss Park. Should be called Pigeon Park. Come on, pigeons. Clear the way, guys. Come on. Headed west on Shooter Street. That's S-H-U-T-E-R. Don't get all freaked out on me here. Shooter also has a little protected lane. Not the prettiest, but it does the job. One of these areas where the emergency vehicles like to block the lane. They got jobs to do. Here has the bikes sort of come out to the left. Cars are right turn only in this lane. The temperature's dropped a fair bit, the wind has picked up, so I'm feeling it a bit, especially at my toes. It's always one of the key points when you're biking is toe work. There's all kinds of fancy winter biking shoes you can spend $200, $300 on, but I think the usual thing is just to wear lots of good socks. Merino wool, double layer. Lovely trash-strewn bike lane. Seems like there's so much of this nowadays. Sorry guys. Gotta get around the police. I'm sure whatever he's doing is a, you know, emergency call. Or not. But no one's gonna question it, right? Because he's a cop. This is gonna take me across Spadina and through City Place, all the condos. Pretty nice little nice community center here at Canoe Landing. We built a year or two ago. Old kind of low rise. What are these? Edwardian? I don't know. Very cool little houses. Yeah, I don't trust this to change, so I'm gonna hit the button.